everyone, and welcome to my channel. First of all, I'd just like to give some introduction to this because I am quite new to YouTube. Obviously, like yourselves, I've been following readers, etc. for a good number of years, but obviously I thought it was time for myself to go onto the platform, so to speak. Regarding poetry, my name, poetrywitch, the idea came up because I've been sort of writing poetry now for the last 30 years, and I have sort of used it as a survival kit. If I can explain sort of the reasons behind that. Obviously, as we know, as we go through life, we suffer loss, relationship issues, etc. And a lot of us bottle these feelings up inside ourselves. I was one of these people who did sort of bottle things up quite a lot, and poetry to me was sort of a release valve where I sort of didn't sort of sit there and think to myself, right, I'm going to write a poem about, heartache, love relationships, losing a loved one, etc. To me, my poetry is a gift from the divine, because I don't sit there and think, yeah, I'm going to write a poem today about losing someone, and I sit there and I try and manifest it. That's not the way I write. I sort of sit in front of my computer and the words just simply flow, and within sort of 5 or 10 minutes I've got a piece of poetry sitting there in front of me, which I believe has come from my subconscious. So that is why poetry is quite significant to me on that level. Regarding the tarot, I've sort of done tarot now for the last, again, 30 years. Psychic phenomena, etc. has been a real interest to me over the time and the period. Spirituality wise, I would say the last 10 years I really got into the spiritual side of things. I've always had an interest, like I say. I then started to study crystals, Reiki, and that took me down another path, which I feel is my natural calling. So to me now, the time is right to step up to the platform and share it with a wider audience. So it is a rather new channel. There will be more material obviously being uploaded as the time goes on. Regarding the tarot side of things, I am starting off with pick a card to sort of dip my toe into it a little bit, but I am looking to do a monthly 12 zodiac horoscope with a poetry twist to it. So obviously if you follow me, then the channel will grow, and I'm open to any suggestions, etc. But like I say, it is quite new, so just bear with me to start with. So that's my introductions out the way. So today, as I said, we're going to start with pick a deck of cards that you are drawn to, and as you can see in front of you, you have 3 pictures to take a look at. I suggest that you just sit a little while and take in the artwork, etc., and see what actually you feel like you're called to. I mean, instantly you could look at a picture and say, yep, I'm drawn to that one straight away, and that's fair enough. What I will do is obviously put a timestamp below so that you haven't got to listen to all the relevant information from each deck. So, you can fast forward to that. But I did premeditate on the cards and I shuffled them previously, so I can get straight into the readings, which I am going to do now. So if you've picked deck 1, which is this one here, then I'll start with that one, and I will move these other 2 out the way, and I'll come back to those later. So I will just start with these. I'm going to keep this one till last because there's a reason. This is where the poetry twist comes into it at the end. So I'm going to leave that one down there for a little while, and then I'll go with these. So the first card out, we have the 10 of Pentacles. followed by the Page of Water. Then we have the 8 of Water, the 5 of Air, and the Animal Spirit card is the Buffalo Spirit. The decks I am using I will obviously put in the link below, but it is the Good Tarot and the Animal Spirit. I am using a deck that was given to me about 10 years ago by a friend who has sadly passed away since. She never gave me the box or anything to it, so I'm not really sure of what the name of this deck is, but if anyone can recognise it from this on the card, Infinite number 8 in a snake form. I'm not really sure what the name of the deck is, but if there is anybody out there that does know, then obviously just leave a comment in the link below. So I'll just take a moment to take stock of what's in front of me. Right, 10 of Pentacles. I'm picking up here with the energy of someone who has a daughter in their family who has worked so hard in doing dancing. I feel they've been dancing now for quite some time, and obviously the family have supported her in this venture, and she's starting to take off now. You know, her hard work is paying off. I do feel that there's been an incident recently where she's had her confidence knocked a little, whether things have been said to her from other people in the dance, you know, the dance group where she goes, or she may have not been picked for something, and she feels, you know, that even though she's been doing it now for quite some time, she's feeling a bit depleted. She's feeling not as good as she thinks she should be, and this has obviously caused some issues at home where obviously you've put a lot of time and effort in going along with her, supporting her, etc. And it's just a message, really. It's not going to resonate with everybody out there, but I do feel that this is a specific message for someone out there that has this daughter where they have encouraged her and have supported her for a couple of years now regarding the dancing. They feel a little bit blind at the moment, because if we look at the 5 of Air as we're going along here, this card is showing that the girl is wearing a sort of mask over her eyes. So she does feel a bit, you know, whether she should continue with the dancing because of this knock, because she feels that something's happened where, like I say, she doesn't feel like she's being picked for something, and she's getting these thoughts that, you know, is it the right thing? Like I say, it's more of a specific message for someone out there, so not everyone will take this information on board. As I say, she's put so much passion into her dancing, but feels a bit down at the moment, thinking because she wasn't picked, as I say, for something. But as the cards go along, the 8 of Water, for one, also is showing that she's feeling, you know, she's missed the boat. If I just take this card up so you can see it a little bit more. The boat's obviously set out, and she's thinking, you know, what am I doing? Should I carry on with this? Don't feel like I'm, you know, I feel like I'm failing. But really she's not failing, because if you look at this card, there's a treasure chest right at the end of her feet. She has all the treasures, all the gifts that she needs, and it is the path that she should continue to do. So if this does resonate with any of you out there, then, you know, she's absolutely loved this dancing now for a couple of years. Like I say, she's put all her time, all her effort in, and you as a family have as well. But it's just recently I feel that she's had this confidence knock. I also pick up as well that there might have been she's not been feeling well. There's been a sort of little bit of a health issue with her, but as I say, she does feel like she's, you know, she can't see too clearly at the moment, and I will show you again the reasons why. If you look at the fiver there, you know, she's doing the dancing, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, but she just feels blinded, can't see the path in front of her. But going on to the animal spirit, the buffalo spirit, as you can see, is quite pristine. To me, this is showing, obviously he's got feathers here, and it is well presented. As I'm saying, the feathers to me, if I can explain, would be like trophies, medals. So she has done really well up until this point. But it's just this confidence knock, or the health issue, that is sort of, you know, nipping at her heels a little bit. But this is message, as I say, I feel is for this person, and it's saying the abundant universe will provide. So as a family, all I'm asking you to do from the information given today off these cards is to carry on with the support, because you know you've supported her from day one on this, and it hasn't been you know, it's been an expensive hobby as such, but I do feel this is, you know, your daughter's calling, or your niece's calling, or whoever this relates to, anyone out there who is listening to this reading. So the message for this is saying, you know, she needs to continue on, even if she is suffering with, you know, a setback at the moment, and her health is playing a part on it, not to give up. Never give up on your dream, because I do feel that this will take her down, you know, her calling, her path. So I'm going to end this one now with this card here. As I said, this is a new platform for me, and writing is my passion. So what I've done is I sat before these cards were selected, and I did did a little meditation and did a short poem that I thought would reflect each specific pile here. Now on this one it reads, never give up on goals and ambitions, no matter how far out of reach they seem. Believe that things will turn out for the better. Take note of what comes to you in a dream. So as I say, this reflects more or less on the cards here that I've read for you today, saying that this little girl has put her heart and soul into her dancing. It's her passion, but I feel that she's had a confidence knock, as I say, whether this is through health reasons or whether there's been an issue. I'm being drawn now to maybe bullying. Maybe she's been subject to problems outside of the dancing field, going to school, where there's been an issue with bullying around school that has knocked her confidence. But this little girl, as I say, it is her calling, it is her gift, and as I said, it's not going to resonate with everyone, this message, but there is somebody who will have clicked on this today and will get something from this, and it will mean something to you. So if this message does resonate with anyone out there, I'd be grateful if you could just leave a comment below, and what I will do is the first person who puts a comment on there and states that it does have a strong calling to you, that this is about your daughter or niece or whatever concept it comes to, I will personally post this to you, so you can keep this and give it to her, so that it will give her the confidence to know that, you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it is just a blip for her regarding any issue of bullying, etc. Then there is places, etc., where, you know, within the school itself where they should be addressed, and it's painful to think that a child who is so talented, and I do feel that she has got a gift, as I say, you know, should suffer at the hands of bullies or anyone else for that matter. So please take that message on board, and anyone who does leave a comment the first person who does leave a comment to say, yeah, I can take everything what you've said regarding this reading, and I will, inbox you and get the details where you want me to send this to, and I will obviously post it to the person concerned. So that is the first deck for the reading there. So I'll just clear these out the way, and then I will continue on with those who have gone with the second option, which is this one. Again, I will keep the card back at the end, because again there's a poetry message on there specifically for someone. So the first one's out on here. We have the Knight of Rods, the Ten of Earth, the Ace of Water, the Nine of Air, and the animal spirit on this one, which is beautiful with all the flowers around, such a big creature as such, is the rhino spirit. So I'll just take a little moment to take in what we can see here. I'll just clear down from the energies from the previous one. Right. With the Knight of Rods energy coming out first, I feel I'm connecting with someone who has or is facing redundancy from a job that they have done for a good number of years now. They're leaving their position in quite good stead, I feel, because if you look at the picture here, this horse is very grand. The person riding the horse is also turned out very well. So I feel that they've done this job, for a good number of years. Their exit's going to be a little bit daunting, because if you look at the card, they are riding out into the darkness, and anybody who's suffered losing their job or been made redundant, then it's natural to think, I'm blinded really to what my next step is. But I remember listening to Wayne Dyer a good number of years ago, who obviously has sadly passed away now, but he always used to say, if you lose your job or made redundant, then it's for a reason, to lead you on the path that you're supposed to, be guided to. Or if even at an older age you get, so let's say you're 16, you've only sort of got 7 years left of working before you can pick up your pension. Even then, yes, it can be daunting, but again, there's a reason for it. So never ever think that being made redundant, is the end of the world, because to me, it's guiding you to be on the path where you're supposed to be. That job has been made redundant for you to open up another door, so to speak, to take you on your next journey. So this is where I'm picking up here on this card, that I am again connecting. It's not going to resonate with every one of you, but I do feel that it's somebody specifically who's just been made redundant or is going through the process of losing their job. Even though you've found yourself in this situation, it could be that some of you have even gone down to the voluntary redundancy option. But you will be coming out of this, as I say, quite comfortable. Because if we go along to the next card, the Ten of Earth, this lady is sitting there, I'm going to use my wand actually, because I'm using my hand. So as you can see here, she's got this money around her. She's sitting quite comfortably. Again, we've got a chest here, and it's absolutely full. And as we know, most people, if they've been in a job for a good number of years, will come out with a very good package that will sort of tide them over until they, get grounded, decide what they are going to do next. It may be that you will take redundancy, and you'll find time, and you'll think, I've done my bit now, and I'm going to travel a bit, etc. But as I say, this person coming out of the redundancy will be in a good position, and they can sit back and take stock for a while comfortably. And as we go along here to the Ace of Water, as you can see here, beautiful picture of a seahorse holding the pearl of life. The pearl of life here obviously is everything where you've got to in life with all the talents. You could have worked in a number of positions in your lifetime. You have a world in that pearl that you can go out now and use for yourself, feel happy with on the next venture of your life. Going along now with the Nine of Air, because of the situation, again, I feel you're at the top of your game, even though you've, these people that you've worked with for so long, and you think, I've done so many years for these people, I'm being made redundant. Oh, what am I going to do now? The fear of it all. All I'm saying is this reading is specifically saying to you, don't feel scared. Yep, you're going out into the darkness. You don't know what you're going into, but you are going to be, you're coming out comfortable, and you have this pearl of wisdom, and you have a number of opportunities waiting there for you to take up on. So this reading is to say, take this as a positive, not a negative. And with the Animal Spirit card, again, it's just saying, don't fear this redundancy. This is growth for you. This is the way forward. The abundance of flowers around this rhino, and it's saying overcome any obstacles. So, being made redundant and losing your job is a big obstacle in your life. But it's saying here, every card along here is saying this is meant to happen. As Wayne Dyer, again, I referenced to him when I listened to him a number of years ago, when he said, he'd actually gone to this radio station to do a talk, and he had this person come on the phone to him and saying, oh, I've lost my job and I don't know what I'm going to be doing. And he basically turned around to them and explained to them, take it, run with it, because it's meant to happen. It's meant to open new doors, and it's meant for the divine to put you on the path that, that is supposed to, for you to follow. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to, be there for everyone to take on board. It's a specific message. And again, I'm going to go to this card where, again, I've wrote a little savant poem, which I meditated on the cards, and this has just come out, and I wrote it on the back of this card. I just want to bring out the cards, actually. A good friend of mine, I purchased a book from him, and he sent me these cards. The actual artist is Amy Brown. She's a well-known artist, mostly for fantasy fairy art. So if you look her on the internet, then obviously you can see some of her works. But I just want to read you what I savanted on this. So, life has brought you down a very long road, the path sometimes too hard to tread, but better days are awaiting you, so keep following the signs ahead. So with that poem in mind, life has brought you down a very long road, work-wise. As I said, I feel a lot of you out there may have had numerous jobs in the past, and sometimes we do jobs that we don't enjoy doing, but for needs and paying bills and etc., we have to work. But it's saying, even though you feel you're going into this dark unknown after leaving a job you've been familiar with for years, there's still better days ahead. And with all the strings to your bow, things will blossom and you will overcome this obstacle. So that's what I get from these cards. Again, if anyone out there relates to this strongly, please leave a comment below, and again I will post this card off to someone. You know, I will get them to inbox me, or I'll inbox them for details, and this lovely little fairy can be winging its way to someone, and that brings, you know, that makes me happy, because, you know, it's getting my savant work to someone who it's meant to go to. So, you know, so please comment if it does strike a chord with you. So that's the second deck that we've gone through. So I'll just collect these up out the way. As I say, I will timestamp these readings, so you can go directly to the one that you've been drawn to. So moving on to the last one, but before I do, I must mention my poetry witch here. This lovely lady I purchased going back 22 years off eBay, believe it or not. They were originally advertised as kitchen witches, and I just fell in love with her. So she is, you know, she's been with me a long time, and I just thought she needed to be with me on my new venture on this journey. So I haven't actually got a name for her, but she was produced by a German company. So she is of German orientation. So again, I might just throw it out there, if anybody wants to give a name to my poetry witch, then it'd be interesting and a little bit of fun if we can get some names for her. Doesn't mean to say that she's got to have a German name. Obviously I'm based in the United Kingdom, but you know, I don't mind any names that I put on it. Like I say, it's a little bit of fun, but I just did want to mention her there. So going on to the final pack of cards, again I'll leave this one till last. We have the Justice card, the Star card, Fortune's Wheel, which obviously in the normal tarot is the Wheel of Fortune. These are lovely cards, the Good Soul cards are. And we have the Fool, and finally we have the Dove Spirit, if that'll just place on there. So I'll just take a moment now to pick up on the energies of these cards. Right, with the Justice card, I feel that this is drawing me to someone who is waiting on a legal decision. This is either to do with a settlement of some sorts regarding either an accident that somebody might have had, or something that's going through a tribunal case for an appeal, or it could be to do with a separation as well, either a divorce. But I do feel that it's just somebody who is waiting, and it's been a long drawn process as well, obviously causing quite, you know, sleepless nights, etc. So I do feel that it's someone who's waiting for a court of law appearance or mediation, waiting for an outcome. Going to the next card along, the Star card, then as I say, I think you've been waiting a long time, feeling in the dark on the decision, waiting to be heard. Obviously you can see from her gaze here, she's just looking out into mid-space. You know, it's consuming her thoughts, you know, more or less 24/7. It's a big decision that's been waiting to, you know, to be heard, to be finalised. But as you can see on the Star, even though she's in this darkness here that she feels that she's standing in at the moment, behind her we can see the sun. I'm going to say this is the sun shining through. To me that means it's going to be a favourable outcome. She's holding on to this pot here. I do feel it's been an expensive or she could feel that, you know, if this goes wrong, then it's going to be, you know, quite an expensive legal bill that she's going to be faced with. But my gut feeling is things are going to work out for this person. They're going to strike gold with the decision I am feeling towards. As the next card comes through, the fortune wheel, as I obviously say, Wheel of Fortune, if I hold this card up a little, you can just about see a person's face here. And to me, this sort of mirrors, and if I hold the card, I'm not really sure you can see, but there's a sun, which sort of mirrors this card. Again, I feel they're looking down a dark hole, not knowing the outcome, what's going to come from this court case or tribunal or divorce settlement. So they are a bit in the dark, like this girl is here, looking into the darkness, holding her worldly possessions to herself, thinking, you know, am I going to win this case? You know, I'm not that financially sound anyway, and the worries of that. But again, the sun is there behind her. So I just feel that it's been a worrying time. It's been sleepless nights. No one even close to you has understood the anguish and the anxiety, and basically I feel you've wore a little bit of a mask over your emotions and feelings that this has actually put you through over the last couple of months. But as I say, the outcome for you on this, if we go to the Fool card, as we can see here, we have a young girl, lady, who's actually blowing a horn, a trumpet. So to me, yeah, it's been a long process to get, you know, what's right, the right decision. But you, believe me, will be blowing your trumpet for the good, you know, news that is going to come through to you on this. So, you know, so everyone, you're going to be telling everyone the good news that, you know, your life can now move on, because I do feel this has kept you quite not grounded, but suppressed in your feelings. It's going to be, you're going to feel like that anyway if somebody's got a court case or a tribunal for a wrong decision on something, then it is going to cause anxiety. And even, I am going to say, going back to this, you may have even faced a little bit of depression where it has affected your health, and you have felt like you've spiraled a little bit with everything that's been going on around you. But this is a message to say that, you know, whoever's the wrongdoings of a person across you, or whether, you know, this is a messy divorce, or if this is, you know, money that is owed to you, and you feel you've been wrong done in that way, it's saying that, you know, yeah, you are looking down this dark tunnel and you can't see the light as such yourself, but if only you could see what is waiting to come to you. So please, this message, as I say, is not going to be, you know, there for everyone, but if there is somebody who resonates with this, please know that the outcome is going to be favourable for you. And if we go to the Dove spirit, where you've had all this turmoil and anxiety and felt depressed and all this racing of, you know, it's just been a mad whirlwind of events, paperwork, you know, it has been a traumatic time for this person, or a family even, that have, you know, that's had to be dragged through this. But it's saying that because of the outcome that's due, you know, you are going to find peace with the Dove spirit. So it is going to be a favourable outcome. So again, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I do feel it will reach out to someone who is going through this or facing this. So I'll go to the last card. I'll just turn over my Savant poem on this one. To the burdens you've carried on your shoulders, the time has come to lessen the load. Justice prevails, and so victorious. Only the enemy will be left out in the cold. So, yeah. I mean, obviously I savanted these from doing my meditation before I shuffled the cards, and just placed them with what pile I thought was significant, and that couldn't be more significant to the person who's picked on this deck. To the burdens you've carried on your shoulders, and you have carried a lot of woe, troubles. The time has come now to lessen the load, to put this stress, anxiety down, and you can go into a more peaceful future. So yeah, again, if this jumps out to anybody who finds themselves going through this at the moment, then just again, please message me in the link below and I will post this off. Lovely card again by Amy Brown. The artwork's beautiful, and I will post this off to you. So yeah, I want to go through the animal spirit just taking itself on its own. As we can see on the buffalo spirit, we have a number 10. So I have linked this in with what the angel number 10 means. So number 10 encourages you to move forward in your life with faith and trust that you are on the right path in all ways. Have no fear, as your angels guides and support you every step of the way. Have faith that your inner urgings are leading you in the right direction, and you will find future success and fulfillment on your chosen path. Trust your angels and the universal energies. So going back to the reading with the little girl dancing, then this to me is tying in perfectly, saying that, trust that you are on the right path and that is your gift. I want to focus on the animal spirit card at the end of the reading, because as we can see, we have the number 50 associated with the card. So what I've done is I've linked in the angel numbers that refer to the number 50. So 50 as an angel number brings a message from your angels to do with your health, well-being and lifestyle choices. Your angels want to help you to make positive, healthy lifestyle choices that will enhance and benefit you in many ways, physically, mentally and emotionally, even spiritually. Be assured that your angels love and support you through these transitions. Allow your angels to guide and assist you. That angel message to me covers perfectly with someone who is facing the road of their job changing, etc. So it's saying, overcome any obstacles, and with the angel number 50, it's saying they will be there to help you and guide you through this transition, and they will assist you to put you on the right path. Finally, what I have done is drawn out the animal spirit card in significance with the number at the top. The angel number 21, I just wanted to associate what that means. So angel number 21 is a message from your angels for you to be aware of your thoughts as they are manifesting your ideas and beliefs into reality. Angel number 21 encourages you to be optimistic and maintain a positive attitude regarding current changes or circumstances in your life, and this will help to manifest your desired results. So this sort of covers these people who are expecting, a tribunal outcome, whether a divorce, separation, any kind of legal paperwork that you are waiting a result on. Don't manifest that the outcome's going to be bad, or it's not going to go in your favour, because from the reading that I gave you of those cards, then things are going to be favourable. The outcome is going to be your desired result. So that was just to end the reading really with the significance of the number on the animal cards to link in with the angel message. So that is the end of the reading for that. I would like to just thank everyone for tuning in today. As I say, if you've stumbled on my channel, then I always believe it's for a reason. There's a message out there that relates to some of you, obviously not all of you, and as it's a fairly new channel, as I say, the content will grow, and I hope that you will like and subscribe to watch how this channel unfolds. But I'd like to thank you today for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.